everyone, and welcome back to World's Strongest Garage. Today, I don't have very much for you. Basically, I'm just going to update you with all of my vehicles and what my plans are for those vehicles. So I'm sorry, it's going to be a little bit of a boring probably to you guys, video. So let's just get to it. I'm going to go through all the cars that I have and their potential future plans and kind of which one I'm going to sort of go for first, or whichever one. I don't know, man. Let's just go out there and talk. Figure out how it goes.
All right, first things first. We have this 1942, I think it's a 42 Dodge Power Wagon. And sorry about the jet going overhead. I live close to an airport. I don't want to show you guys too much about this one because I think I'm going to do a will it run on this. It's sat in this thing in my whole life, so sat in this spot my whole life, so it's at least been sitting for 30 years. This is just a parts prelude for my other one. This one's just junk. It's basically a doghouse. The dog just keeps jumping back there and sleeps in the back seat. This is a 1965 C10 pickup that was given to me when I was younger. My Honda blew up. We ended up fixing that, not doing anything with this because this one is obviously just there's a lot. There's no engine, transmission. I mean, the interior is pretty just filled with junk. But basically I'm going to put this together with all my dad's spare parts. He's got a 350 sitting in the shop that needs put together. It's just a bare block already back from the machine shop that potentially could be a stroker motor. He got it in a deal somewhere. He doesn't know much about it, but we're gonna find out. And he's got some 202 heads. Actually, he has two sets of 202 heads sitting in that shed over there. And I have a good intake. We have a good oil pan in there. We have pretty much everything to make that engine, we have pretty much everything to make an engine, run pretty well, hopefully. I think the only thing we're really missing is a decent carburetor, which he has a Holly somewhere around here, an old Holly. We just haven't been able to find it in years, so. But that's what this one's going to be. This one's just going to be spare parts. But I love the style of these trucks. Like I'm sorry, but when it's in a step side, these trucks are just beautiful. Especially when this one's lowered, that's just nature's lowering blocks, 8 inches into the ground. And it looks sick. I'm sure it's probably lowered a little bit as well, but I may even keep those wagon wheels. I don't even know. All right, here we have a 2005 GTO that has been sitting since lost the light there, since 2015. This thing has a bad transmission, which I'm actually found a guy on Facebook Marketplace that does transmissions. So he and I have been talking, and I'm going to pull this one out and have him rebuild it, and we're going to see how that goes. And hopefully this car will be back on the road because it has an LS in it, so I don't see any reason why I wouldn't start, right? I mean, small block Chevy. I mean, not so much LS, but they're just as reliable. Hopefully no rats ate the wires. See, here we have an S10 4x4 Jimmy. I mean, it's a GMC Blazer, or GMC Jimmy, but y'all get it. It's got the 2.8 liter, nothing fancy. This thing, I think, just needs transmission fluid, and it might run. I have no idea. It's been sitting for at least 15 years, if not longer. This might be a will it run also, so you guys let me know if you guys want to see that. But I actually really want to get this thing going because it's been around in my life since I was in high school. So it wasn't mine though, it was my dad's. 73 K20 pickup. This thing's just stripped down. It has nothing on it, and it has no engine, no transmission, and the interior is completely empty. So this needs everything.
There's my shop vac. Dang, it's getting wet. I'm gonna have to get that inside somewhere. Yeah, so this thing is, I think I'm just gonna throw 350 and a transmission in it and just see what happens. But that needs money. So the projects that are like this, that they need everything, like this pickup and that pickup over there, those might take a little bit because I need money. Chevy Sonic, nothing really special about this. It's just my commuter car for a while, and it has a bad transmission. 1995 Honda Prelude, which I actually am going to bring back. This also has no engine or transmission, but it's a VTEC model, and it's a 5-speed. I already have the engine and transmission for this car. I just need to find an ECU for this car, and they're getting pricey from, you know, the 10 years ago when I used to, you know, like Hondas. I still like them. I shouldn't have said that. I'm just more primarily focused on classic cars now. But that, I just need to find an ECU. Probably going to be a Honda of some sort, P28 more than likely, because I have an H22A for it, which is right here. And that thing's got some go fast parts in it, you know, SuperTech valve springs. It's got AAM cam gears, Skunk 2 cams, I think. Not entirely sure. It's been over a decade, so who knows. I didn't put it together, I just bought it. Oh, and that was a... Also have a brand new Wasting Away DC Sports header for it, wherever the other half is. All right, so the plans for this Prelude, I really kind of want a track car somewhat, you know, maybe just a fun street car, I guess you would say, or even something you could take to the track on the weekends potentially to start learning some driving, because it's light. These things only weighed 2,800 pounds, and that little H22A 4-cylinder makes 200 horsepower. I mean, and you can, with the right tuning and the right parts, you can beef that up a little bit more. And I just think it'd be fun as hell to just, you know, plus 5-speed. Yeah, just kicking it in the VTEC, brah. Just ripping it through the gears. I think that thing would be really fun, which is why I'm going to put it together on this channel. So I'm sorry if you guys don't like it. It's not everyone's taste, but my taste is everything. That was a bumper to my first car, 1990 Honda Accord. There it is, brand new. Just never replaced it. This is a 1994 Honda Accord, and we were trying to get this thing running, but every time we got something fixed, another thing broke. So we engine swapped it. It has, and by engine swap, we just put another stock engine in it that's been sitting in the garage forever, that I got from a junkyard 10 years ago. And it cranked and it ran, and then I let it sit for a month, and then all of a sudden it wouldn't run anymore. And so I had to put in a new distributor, a new alternator, and then now all of a sudden the starter doesn't work. So I didn't give up on it. It's just frustrating. I'll get back to you later. And the window doesn't roll up, which is perfect when, you know, everything's flooding back here. It's a body of a 73 pickup. It's no title or anything with this one, so no idea where this thing's gonna go. But it came free with that truck, so I'll take it. This is a 76 Chevy C20, which is, you know, 2-wheel drive. Needs everything also, you know, no engine or transmission, but at least the inside's mostly complete. You know, it has a decent bench seat, has a tilt column, you know, all that good stuff that you want in a square body. It's got it. It's just every panel's, you know, dented like most square bodies. But that I think I'm just going to get on the road. I have no idea what's going to happen to it. Maybe a short bed conversion. I've never welded anything before, so I think that would be a good project just to learn, try and figure things out. I did buy a welder though, so
getting there. And then last but not least, there is this 1976 Dodge D100. I think it's a D100. I don't actually know much about these. But this was my dad's truck forever. I mean, it's been sitting here easily 15 years, if not longer. 09 is the last registration, so 15 years. Last I remember about this thing, it caught on fire. My dad had to rebuild the engine harness, and then I don't know if he ever finished it or if he ever even got it going, but it's just sat here. So I think this is going to be another will it run eventually. I just gotta learn more. I have to do more research and figure out more, so I'm not out here you know, just feeding you guys wrong information. And also, I don't have a way to move these vehicles or get them out of their resting place unless they drive. So that's not the best during monsoon season here. It just poured on us all weekend, so the ground is real sloppy. Now, the order in which I'm going to work on these, I think the first things first, I'm going to get a transmission in this GTO, because I think this is the least amount of work. I just need to pull the transmission out and get it to that guy on Marketplace. And he actually said he would teach me a few things and allow me to come there and record like him rebuilding it, so you guys get to learn a little bit too, maybe. Hopefully he's good. But I think that one's next. As you guys saw, the Impala is pretty good to go. It just needs a few things like a windshield. I may do some disc brakes before I drive it down here to me, 3 hours, just because, you know, kits aren't that expensive. Plus I can probably find some stock ones at a junkyard and potentially just rebuild them and put them on that car. That's going to happen also. The Impala is a forever project, so even if I work on one of these, the Impala is probably going to come in and out, just being honest. But next is the GTO. Going to get a transmission out, get that rebuilt. Then after that, I think I'm going to start building an engine for the 65. Just a basic 350, I think, just for funsies. Because I got a really cheap single plane high-rise intake manifold for 30 bucks. So naturally, I'm already 30 bucks into it. I got to build a fast motor, you know. I don't know how to, but I'm going to figure it out. And then after the GTO, I think it's going to be the Prelude. And I know a lot of you guys probably don't like, you know, foreign or Honda things. I like everything. And let's be honest, a light front-wheel drive car is fun. I know it may not be a rear-wheel drive or as fun as a rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive or something, but they're still fun. You got to learn to love everything. Plus, this is what I had at the time, and I still want to see it get going. It's been a project for, you know, I got that expired in 2011, so 13 years. I just never had the confidence to work on it, but now I'm going to. So here we are. So that's probably after the GTO. Then I think we're gonna get this old girl going. I think this thing needs an engine and transmission so we can actually have a truck around here. This may almost jump to the front of the line. I don't know yet. I still got to figure out parts. Mainly I need a transmission. So I got to figure out transmission, and then we'll be good to go with that project, I think. Because I've learned a lot about small block Chevy and how they work, and I'm fairly confident I can put this thing together by myself. Hopefully. And I think those are the next 3 projects that are up on the block for here. Everything out here is mud, so the Will It Runs might have to wait a little bit. The Power Wagon, I did attempt just to see if it spun over, and it does not seem like it wants to. So that one's going to be a fun Will It Run, but we're going to have to find out. This Dodge over here, this I have no idea about whether it spins over or not, but this may be the simplest Will It Run potentially. I need to actually clean it off, get it cleaned up, and start peeking under the hood to figure out what we got. I know it's a straight 6, so, and it ran until it caught fire, you know, 15 years ago.
So I think that might be my first will it run. All right, guys, I'm sorry I don't have much for you this time around, but I'm just trying to keep content out there for you. Time and money, that's all it takes. Time and money, and I don't have a lot of either. Well, I actually have a lot of time, just not a lot of money. But we're getting there. We're getting there. I'm gonna figure it out because I love this. I started doing this YouTube thing, and now it's just motivating as hell to get things done, and I'm down for it, is what I'm saying. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little update, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.